Hello and welcome back to another bloody good waffle. Yes, it's that time again, that time where I waffle any old bollocks into the camera for your viewing pleasure. Now, it feels like it's been a lifetime since I've done one of these waffles, but as always, every time I do a waffle, I have another excuse why I haven't done a waffle. This one's pretty good. Another baby, as you know, I now have 6, which is quite amazing. I've kind of come up with a little theory of what that feels like. Now, being a man, you know what it's like when you go shopping and you do the shopping for the family and you have about 12 bags, don't you? And for some reason you feel that you can carry all of these 12 bags home, whether you're walking, whether you're going to the car or what. I certainly do. I have carrier bags all up my arms and that. Well, probably having my 6th child feels like I now have 13 bags. I'm walking home and one of them just split. That's pretty much how it feels to have 6 kids, and you're left standing there, 12 bags wrapped up your arms, no way of picking any of this shit up, and everyone's looking at you as if you are a massive cunt. That's pretty much how it feels to have 6 kids. I wouldn't have it any other way, but let's just say it's been different. And they've just had school holidays as well, which was fucking awesome, because now I have the duties of getting up with all the other ones while my wife just sits there with her tits out and basically just feeds the little one. And it's like, I can't do anything, he needs to eat, so you're going to have to just change everybody's bum 24 hours a day. Which is great because my 2-year-old, I think, is breaking the Guinness World Record for the amount of dumps this kid takes in a day. And it's not like baby poo, you know, that green stuff. It's like I've shit in a nappy and basically presented it to somebody to clean. And, you know, it's all up the back. And, oh, I'm telling you, it's absolutely, it's great fun. That's all I can say. So if any of you out there are thinking of having multiple children, good luck with that, and let me know how that goes. Anyway, less about the children. You don't want to hear about my children. Look, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. I can't escape them, you know. Back to school today, so I thought I'd get a waffle out because I probably won't be able to do another waffle for about 20 odd years. So there you go. Great fun. Wouldn't have it any other way. Yep, Eli Thomas was born some time ago. I can't remember. He was only about 20 days old, but it's all been a blur ever since. So what's been going on in the world of vaping? Quite a lot, actually. It's been an interesting month in vaping. I've witnessed quite a lot of things go on, and I'll talk to you about them more as it's coming up. Recently on my Facebook group, we just had a mech day on Friday, just gone. Mech Friday, we called it, because I watched a vlog that Todd did recently, and he basically said, oh, I wish we'd bring mech mods back, and he looked all sad, a bit like a puppy dog, and I felt bad for him, and I thought, yeah, you're right, you know, there are still mech mods out there, and there's still a lot of mech lovers out there. So we held a Mech Friday, where basically on my Facebook group you was not allowed to talk about or post any of your hand checks unless it was a mech mod, and it was really cool. I got a bit carried away coming up to Mech Friday and actually bought some more mech mods. I bought the little SAT22 mod there, as you can see with my next gen on the top there. Great mod, lovely little mod. This is the 18500 version. Stuff legends were kind of made out of the 22 SAT mod. Now, we're all familiar with the SAT22 atomizer, probably one of the most famous atomizers in the high-end world, Genesis atomizer. And also the Sat Mod Mini, which is basically like a tiny little 16mm mod. And we always hoped for a Sat Mod 22, basically for our 22mm atomizers. And it took him a little while, old Andreas, to come out with a Sat Mod 22. It's probably, bless him, about a year late because, you know, mech mods are kind of dying out. But I remember seeing a few hand checks of these on forums and things and thinking, oh, when am I going to get one? When am I going to get one? And it took quite a while, but it's a lovely mod. I've been using it solidly, you know, really enjoying it on the with the next gen. It looks absolutely bang on with the next gen. The finish is near identical. Also, once again, got a bit carried away and I bought myself a Super T ELA. I know, I did have a Super T ELA. I've reviewed one back in the past. And for some reason, I always liked it. You know, it is a Marmite mod, whether you like it or you hate it. But it was one of the first true unicorns, the ELA. Now Super T have sort of gone out of business and all that. So I bought one. Now, at one point, the Super T ELA was going for like up to $1,000. You know, they were really sought after. And I bought one on Mod Trader on Facebook a few days ago for like 80 quid, and it came with all the bits. You know, it's got all the sort of the brass accents, it's got titanium accents, it's got like the Stacey Bruce tubes, which basically get rid of that knurling locking mechanism. 80 quid, I couldn't believe it. And these were like true unicorns back in the day. It's just amazing how fast the this vaping game, which is obviously still relatively new, is progressing and changing, and the different tastes, you know, especially like how now everyone's into regulated mods and sort of leaving the mech mods behind, which is a shame, but there is still a massive audience for mech mods. I've actually got a few to review, I think, just out of sort of respect for the mech mod crew. I'm going to be reviewing the Sat 22, the Sat Mod 22. I'm also going to be reviewing these, which are Mark 1s from Cop Design, which is a German mod maker. So and these are quite nice as well. These have been like sort of heat treated as well to get that sort of colouring on there. Really quite unique. Got another one here as well, which is sort of like that. Look at that. Got that sort of oil drip effect going on there, you know, heat treated without any chemicals or anything like that. So really nice. Quite expensive though, but yeah, they're from Cop Design. What else has been going on juices wise? This is great. Yeah, this is great. Now I don't know if you can see that. See who's on that? Hey, shave. This is a bloody good custard. That's right. Yep, I've finally got my own juice. I didn't make this juice. All right, I'm not one of those reviewers. All of a sudden, juice line, Matt Cully. No, I don't have time to do juice lines and things like that. Didn't you hear the kid story with the shopping bags? No time whatsoever. I'm too busy wiping bums. So, but Vaping King, I was talking to Billy and I was sort of like, I just want a bloody good custard, you know. I just want a really good custard that I like, you know, nice sort of creamy, bit of jam in there, bit of biscuit, something like that. And he made this custard and put me on the front there. Look, shave, yeah. No royalties. I don't get nothing. I don't get 2% in the company or anything like that. It's just, you know, it's vanity. Pretty much is all this is about, and it just to stick me on there going. So yeah. So don't think, oh well, he's going to get some X amount for having this juice. No, I don't get diddly fuck. So there you go. But it is a bloody good custard. And I do vape it. It is very nice. Got it on the Squape R at the moment on my Geppetto steroid. La-di-da. Very nice indeed, very nice. It is a little bit different. It's kind of makes it feel like a jam roly-poly covered in custard, which is quite nice. Been sent some other nice juices. I did try this one the other day from Dunfan's e-liquids called Dugong. I hope I said that right. Dugong, which is sort of like a donut in vanilla custard, you know. So I do like donuts. As you probably can tell since some of my earlier videos to how I'm looking now. That's what the long hair's for. It's actually covering the fact that I've now got a really fat face. But yeah, it's like a nice donut, that Dunford's e-liquids. They do some nice juices there, young Chris. So that's really nice. I'm on my second bottle now. And I also got sent, yeah, I mean, this is crazy as well. I got this through the door the other week. Look at that. Massive fancy box. Drip Nation there, massive fancy box, all natural and organic juices with 5 juices in it. Look at that box. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm seeing a lot more of this lately, especially in the high-end scene, you know, that they're presenting their range of juices in these very, very nice sort of cases and things like that. I mean, imagine the cost that must have gone into just supplying these juices. Very nice. I haven't tried these yet. There's things like tea or something. What's this one? A creamy aromatic spiced tea. So I don't know if that's my bag, that really. Ow. What else we got? A sweet and tart citrus drink. Okay, you can't drink this, but yeah, a sweet and tart citrus drink. So very interesting. Smells fantastic. When I opened it up, I actually thought the wife had ordered something from Avon. What, Avon? Yes, that bitch. But no, it was juices in this really nice big box, and I'm seeing a lot more of that. These juice makers are starting to do some really nice presentation with their juices and really sort of spicing it up and putting a bit of luxury into it, which is great. Now, what things have I got coming up for review, seeing as the kids are now back at school? Yeah, I've got the Geppetto Flow I've got coming, yeah, the new mod from Geppetto. It's just, every time I think of Geppetto Flow now, I just think of that Disney tune. You know, the, what's that film called? My kids watch it constantly. Frozen, that's it. And that song, what's that song? Oh, yeah.
Let it go, can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, and when time the door.
Yeah, so I got one of them coming. Really excited about that, actually. I love Geppetto's work, absolutely stunning. And this is sort of his new design. It's not an Elite V3 or anything like that. The Flow is its own mod in its own right. And very excited about one of them. So I was meant to get it last week, but I believe he's waiting for something. So hopefully I should get that this week. What else have I got coming? The Hurricane, which I believe means the god of thunder and war, which is a 26650 C-frame shape mod. I know C-frames, but it does look incredibly tidy. The wood on it, every one I've seen looks fantastic. The framework looks beautiful, lovely detail on it. So I'm really looking forward to having a look at that as well. I haven't actually reviewed a 26650 C-frame mod yet. There are a few out there like the GT. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well. It's really strange because I was thinking about this the other day. You know, because I tend to deal or review and sort of hang out in the high-end circles, I feel like I've lost touch a little bit with some of the newer stuff that are coming out to suit most, not the low end, but sort of your mid-priced or even your starter packs. I mean, I get a lot of people messaging me, love your reviews and all that. What would be a good starter kit? And to be honest, it's got to a point where I don't really fucking know anymore because I'm so wrapped up in the high-end world and searching for all the sort of high-end mods to review. I mean, I'm not going to change that really because there are so many other reviewers that provide that information, that do sort of do the mid-range stuff or the cheaper stuff or starter kits and things like that. It just seems a bit pointless to be another channel that does that. So I do kind of like the fact that the channel is based on the high-end stuff, so that you can see what's out there, see if it's any good, see if you like it or whatever. But I do feel that I've kind of lost touch with some of the stuff that's coming out now. I mean, I haven't even tried the SX Mini yet, you know, with the SX350J. I haven't even tried one yet, you know, because I'm too busy searching for the unicorns, as you call it, and things like that, and like recommending packs for new people and starter kits or their first VV mod and things like that. I've kind of lost touch a little bit, and it's something I really would need to address. I need to start looking into that stuff more. You know, you do kind of lose track of that when you get into high-end vaping. I mean, there are a lot of high-end vapors that do have their Geppettos and Elites and all that with a sub-tank banged on the top of it, or Goliath or something like that. You know, but I just feel that I've kind of lost something there when it comes to vaping. You know, and as a reviewer, and people kind of ask questions and message all the time, but it's fine. I should kind of know a little bit more about all of it, you know, rather than just focusing on one thing. But I don't know. I mean, if you're a high-end vapor, do you feel like you've lost touch with some of the other bits of kit that are coming out? Are you aware of them? I don't know. Answer in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. But just for me personally, yeah, I do feel like I need to look into more stuff and some of the mid-range and new stuff lower end that are coming out, just so that I know basically it can keep up to date with it all. It's moving so fast, you know, this vaping industry, you know, the mod is, we're all spoilt for choice now, you know, and prices change and fads change and fashions change so fast now. It's really hard to keep up. I mean, look at the C-frames, perfect example. Probably a year ago, not even that, they were the thing everyone wanted. You know, everyone wanted a Wapari, everyone wanted a Zero, everyone wanted this, that, and the other. Now everyone's proclaiming C-frames are dead, you know, and everyone, they're losing money and I mean, the Wapari. Now, the market value of a Wapari used to be around $2,500. You'd go on things like vape auctions or things like that, and they'd go for around $2,000. They're now jumping up everywhere for less than $1,000. I know that's to some, wow, that's unbelievable, but that is how market value works in the high-end game. But they have dramatically dropped. Don't get me wrong, I like Waparis. I've got 3 of them, to tell the honest truth. You know, I do actually like them. They kind of were one of the first C-frames. But because of how fast now the industry is changing and people's tastes are changing, they're sort of really dropping down in price, and people are trading them up left, right and centre. Same with Zeros. You know, Zeros now are dropping down. You can pick one of them up. Market value between $600 and $800 now. They were going for $1,200. So that's changed considerably. You know, it just goes to show how fickle an industry and as a community we can be. You know, ELA, perfect example. Once again, a year and a half ago, maybe just coming up 18 months ago, sorry, they were it for mechanical mods. They were really well sought after, good market value on them, and now you're picking them up for 80 quid, 70 quid. They're still on cloud 9 vaping. You know, before you'd be waiting months for them to come back in stock and everyone would be waiting for them. Now they're in stock. They've been in stock, the V2, for ages. You know, it just goes to show how much it changes. You know, and this does bring me on to another little point that I was thinking about. I mean, yesterday the new Champion GT list went up for the SX version. Now, I do know it's a little bit different. It has rare wood, rhodium plated or whatever it was, but their price now set on the mod is $1,100. That's not market value. That's modder's retail price, $1,100. I mean, that's £720, and that's before shipping. You know, that's a hell of a lot of money. I mean, I dread to think what the market value of one of them is going to be once they're out in the wild. You know, seeing as $550 mods were going up to like $3,000. You know, or maybe even more. I mean, like a Geppetto Elite market value would be anything up to $4,000, maybe even $5,000. The steroids, the Flow, even more. So the market value may be on an $1,100 mod. I mean, where is it going? It's becoming very, very excessive. Now, I know as vapors, we may have contributed to this because there is the flipping that goes on. There is the profit making. There is the old, I've got $2,000 into this, therefore I want $2,000 back. So it's understandable that modders are going to be able to be looking at this and going, Jesus Christ, I'm making a mod here, I'm selling it for $550, and yet 2 days later it's on one of these Facebook or forums or whatever, and it's being sold for $3,000. So that vapor there is profiting off my work. So I can see that we are technically responsible for it as a high-end community. But the fact now that is, where is this going to end? I mean, is it going to escalate so that we're actually going to start seeing these mods going for 3,000, 4,000 off a list rather than market value? I mean, it's absolutely crazy. And if you'd have asked me 2.5 years ago if I'd have paid even £400 for a mod, I'd have told you were fucking crazy, you know. But things changed and you do kind of get into it a bit more, and I've spent £400 on a mod. I spent £400 on this. So it's just absolutely, it's quite worrying how much money these mods are going for, really. And I mean, I can't blame the mod makers per se, because the fact that this is what we've done to the market. We have basically put a value on these mods We have made them so desirable through hype. I mean, you hype anything well enough. You could sell a lump of shit in a bucket to somebody if you hype it well enough in this community. It seems it's absolutely amazing. The fact that we have pushed some of these mods up to $4,000, you know, which is, you know, $2,500 or $2,000. It's just absolutely amazing, really. And like I said, losing touch with the lower end or mods that just don't cost as much, and I've seemed to just not realise what they are because I've been hanging out in these high-end sort of cliques now for so long that everything seems to be just really, really bloody expensive. You know, don't get me wrong, I think for me, £400 for this, I mean, it's a collector's item, you know, at the end of the day, and it is a fantastic piece. But I still felt, wow, that's a lot of money. But now, you know, imagine paying $2,000 for it. It just seems absolutely crazy, you know, absolutely crazy. It kind of reminds me a little bit of when I first started vaping, you know. I mean, I remember, this is quite funny, I was looking through some of my footage from some of the early short films that I'd done, and I think I found one from 2008, and it's basically I play a gay gangster in it. Gay gangster. And it was basically to try and get some funding to make it into a feature film, and I've got a cigarette in it, and it's really quite amusing to think that's where I first started, and now I'm spending all this sort of money and reviewing these sort of mods. And I'll just show you that, actually. It's quite funny. So you have to clock the cigarette that I had in it. We called this Useless, yeah, and I played a gay gangster in it, and it's back when I wasn't so fat.
You delivered the message.
Yeah, I delivered the message.
He delivered the message.
He delivered the message.
You delivered the message.
I delivered the message.
I'm so glad you delivered the message.
That you told me.
Did Jack told me and then I told you?
This is very strange, Edward. Didn't I instruct you to deliver the message personally?
I know, yeah, you did, Jack, and I still feel like I did that, but because I trust Dave.
Well, you see, David, I'm trying to quit smoking. It's bad for your health, and this calms my nerves.
Like an electronic fag or a cigarette.
Yes, David, that's exactly what it is. A fag.
And there you go. What a state. But check the cigarette out. Christ, I think that was, back in 2008 I did that, or 2009, thereabouts. So I was just sort of, and I think that was at a point where I didn't 100% believe they would work, you know, these little silly little cigarette things, and you know, you're basically like sucking a golf ball for a garden hose, those bastards, weren't they? But yeah, that was my first sort of experience with with vaping, and I was recording a short film. Go when I was skinny and that. You know, I've put on an immense amount of weight in the last few years, especially since vaping. I don't know whether that's contributed to it or not. Maybe I've got my appetite back, but I've gone from sort of 10 stone, as I was in that video, to 14 plus stone now. I'm actually starting a diet today, because, you know, I don't look too bad here, but down here, you know, my actual chest and stomach looks like Homer Simpson's face. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So I don't know, have you put on weight since you've been vaping? I don't know, are you eating more? Maybe we're just happier, so therefore we're eating more, we're more comfortable in ourselves. But yeah, I really need to go on a diet. It's absolutely crazy. So what else? Oh, this is quite cool, right? Now I've got a Wapari here, a little V3. Look at that. Look at that shining. Do you see that? No wood on that. Now, I got this Wapari in a trade a little while ago, and it was all right. It was nice. It was nice enough. And I wanted it upgraded. It was a DNA 30, and I wanted it upgraded to a DNA 40. So I contacted a guy that I'm quite pally with, who's on my group, called Richard, and he's actually a mod maker. He makes mods called, and his company's called Artisan Mods. Makes lovely little custom-made wooden mods to your specifications. So basically, you go through the whole process with him, trying to design a mod that you want. Anyway, I contacted Richard and said, "Would you mind chucking a DNA 40 in this for me, please?" And he said, "Yeah." I bought the DNA 40, sent him the mod, and he wrote back to me and he said, "Would you like me to redo the frame?" Basically, the brushwork on it was a little bit less than to be desired. And I went, "Yeah." And he went, "Okay. Would you like me to French polish the wood?" "Yeah, why not?" He went, "to give it that glossy look, you know." I was like, "Yeah, shit, go on." And he went, "Would you like me to rewire it? Basically, remove all the wiring that's gone in it and put silver wire in there, make it really nice and neat and beautiful." And I went, "Yeah." and sent it back, and I must admit it's absolutely stunning. It really is beautiful, and so it's so nice that I've sent him another 2 Waparis, 2 of my SXs to basically do. Outstanding work on this. Basically has actually turned the Wapari into something really desirable for me personally. You know, and it's made me really want one of his mods, artisan mods, by the way. I'd really like to see what his mod would be like. I mean, if his attention and care goes into something like that, that's not even his product, I'd love to see what he's done. I am on the list, I'm about number 37, but it is taking a little bit of time, maybe because we keep sending him our fucking mods to customise and do up. So sorry about that, Richard, but really well done there on the work, Richard. Absolutely lovely. And I mean, there was a debate I had on the group basically about some of this high-end stuff that we're paying this sort of money and then having to send it to somebody else to basically make it perfect nearly. But then the same thing happens with cars and things like that, don't we? We buy a nice car, you can spend thousands on it, and then you go to a shop and have it lowered, or you have some alloys put on it, or some of these Gary boys put all the stickers and the stereo in it and things like that. You know, it's all part of the hobby, I think, that we like to keep going with these things, seeing how well we can get them to fit our preferences, you know. But he's done a fantastic job on that. Like I said, I've sent him my other 2 Waparis, and if you're on Facebook or something, I don't know if it's secret or not, but have a look at Artisan Mods. Some wonderful designs there he's done, all handmade wooden mods as well, something completely different. It's not a copy of anything, it's not even inspired by, they are completely original, and like I said, he's making them to the Vapers specifications, so you could send him some drawings or talk to him about it and he'll make you one. Not cheap, but why should they be? They are made of top quality stuff and they are made personally for you, not one, not 2 are the same. You know, they're made with your specifications. So that's pretty damn cool. Just take a quick vape now. Really looking forward to my flow coming, man. That's going to be really nice. Yeah, love Geppetto's work. It reminds me of something actually. I was talking to somebody the other day and they pointed out that there was a Geppetto for sale, and it was an old one, like a classic called the old something, I think it was a dual 18350 mech, and he said, this is for sale on this particular forum. So I'm a member on that particular forum, or I have an account, as somebody pointed out to me, and I went over there and saw the mod in the classifieds and thought, I like that, I'll go for that. I think it was 60 quid. I do collect, you know, Geppetto's work. I don't flip nothing or make a profit on anything. I just don't. And so I put on the forum, I put, PM sent, I'll have this if it's still available. I then got some bloke on this forum who turned around and called me a fucking classy sniper. Now, I'd never been on the classifieds on this particular forum before, ever. I don't trawl through classifieds and things like that. It's just not who I am. You know, usually I'm up to date with what's going on and I wait for lists and I do it that way. You know, I do review high-end stuff and therefore I have to pretty much buy 95% of it, because, you know, people aren't too sadly, they're not too much willing to send you high-end gear than you are if you're going to be reviewing UD stuff or something like that. And it started an argument on it, on this forum, basically, you know, telling me that because I didn't contribute enough on this forum, I had no right to ask to buy something. And it made me think, I just thought, fucking hell, what sort of etiquette have we got going on in the vaping world? You know, we talk a lot about community and getting together and things like that, but there are an awful lot of fucking miserable bastards in it as well. I suppose they're only human, so that's just the way it's going to be. But I thought about this, I thought, I don't contribute enough on this forum. And, you know, I got a little bit arrogant, I suppose, with it. I thought, well, I contribute a lot. Thank you very much. You know, I do a YouTube channel. You know, best I can do. I spend a fucking lot of money, so you cunts can see some of the stuff that the other guys got. I run a large Facebook group. I've got a trade sales page on there as well, which I basically police and make sure nobody's getting ripped off. I do loads of giveaways. I do charity raffles to raise lots of money for charity. And yeah, so I can't fucking buy something because I'm not spending all my time on that particular forum. Now, you know, I've got a life as well. You know, why should it be the case that because I'm not on there basically fucking chatting every day on one particular forum, even though I am a member, I just thought, how bloody rude of this guy. You know, who the fuck does he think he is? If you're watching, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, you fucking, you know what I mean? Get a life, bruv. Cheer up. It's not, don't get laid or something. Rather than being the fucking forum police, you know, fucking classy sniper, cheeky prick. Anyway, thought I'd get that off my chest. But yeah, there is a lot of that goes on in vaping, isn't it? Everyone's, you know, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to say that, you're not allowed to think this. Go fuck yourselves. Do you know what I mean? This is, we're not smoking at the end of the day, and we're spending money left, right, and fucking centre. We have basically grown this fucking industry on our own, you know. And there's people out there who take it far too seriously. I suppose I've been guilty of that in the past, but I've kind of lightened up a lot along the way now. You know, there's people out there just take it far too fucking seriously, and you know, they spend their time policing or putting people down or trying to ridicule. You know, funny they don't do it to your face, isn't it? Yeah, strange that. Anyway, moving on. I'm fucking proper waffling today, and I'm rambling Rose. I suppose it's time for the best of the worst, really. A bit of a special one today, actually. Oh, excuse me, I probably just knocked me mic there. Bit of a special one. Now, I was sent... Oh, did you see that? See, that's why I'm growing a long hair. You know, I'm pushing 40. Pushing 40 fucking years old. I'll be 36 in 2 weeks' time. 36 with 6 kids. Technically, that means I could have had 1 kid every 6 years since I was 6. I'll blow your mind. I was sent this lovely little package quite a few months ago. I don't know if you can see that. It's gone a bit bright in here. It's not a bloody good vape. It isn't carrot cake. Stay safe. 30 PG, 70 VG, 6 milligram, vom juice. Enjoy, Rob and Faye. Vom juice. Now, I haven't tried this. I haven't even opened it. I've left this for a little while, so I'm going to try it. Open it. A very nice little package in there, Faye. Thank you. Yeah, very pretty. And it's got loads of shit in there. I'm going to cause loads of mess. My wife will be happy. So let's take the bottle out. Still sealed. Must have been steeped. I've had this for a few months now. It isn't carrot cake. Right, let's try it. Don't smell too bad. It smells quite fruity as it goes. Alright. Okay. Bit fruity. Let's try this vom juice then. I've got the hybrid dripper here on the MK1 from Cop Design. I've got a dual coil in there. Get one of me little thingamajiggies. Let's get some juice on this mother. My camera's probably going to run out of time any minute now, so if you see a little jump cut, I'm not hiding anything. It means my camera's turned off. But I'm in the middle of this now. It's all go. No fucking about. It smells all right. I've said that now, it's going to make me puke, isn't it? Alright. Let's do it. We ready? Vom juice. Ain't too bad. It's a bit perfumey. Yeah, my camera just turned off, so I've just put it back on again. There. That did taste like vomit. That then just tasted like vomit. It must have really soaked into the cotton. Jesus Christ, right. Let's put some fucking more on this. Oh, it did. It tasted like puke. You know when you you're out and or you've ate too much and you burp and it tastes like vomit, or you do vomit a little bit in your mouth and then you swallow it. That's what it tasted like just then. Brilliant. Oh, that took me by surprise actually, because it was a bit fruity before then. Maybe that's what it's designed to do. It's like you've ate too much fruit, and then because you've ate too much fruit, you have a little, and then you swallow it. Brilliant. Oh, it smells like puke and all. Oh man, yes. It does taste like vomit. How the fuck did you do that? Oh. Vomit. Oh, I've got a lot. Jesus Christ. Vomit. That tastes like vomit. I'm a bit frightened. Take another one. That was sneaky. It was very sneaky, because at first it smelt a bit fruity, it tasted a little bit fruity, and then it just went boom, vomit. Oh, I need to know the fucking what's in that. If it's actual vomit, I ain't gonna be happy. Oh my Jesus Christ, that is bang on. They have actually replicated the taste of vomit. That's pretty damn impressive. Like, there's not an actual particular taste of the vomit, like food or anything like that. It's actually just the vomit. They've isolated the vomit. Fuck off, fuck off. Oh, Jesus. Well done, Faye. Well done, Rob. That is hideous. Absolute. See, now I can smell the vomit. I couldn't smell it before. Really impressive. Really, really impressive. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody, but it's very impressive that they have actually replicated the taste of vomit in an e-juice. Well, what can you say? Brilliant job. Well done. So I think that comes to the end of this waffle. I'm sorry if I've rambled any more than usual in it. I had a lot to say, really, so a little bit moany, wasn't it? Oh well, there you go. 6 kids will fucking do that to you. Anyway, yeah, I hope you have a fantastic week and all the rest of it, and I'll see you on the next one. Yeah, stay safe.